February 2024, Boston, Massachusetts. Entry-level commuter train cleaners had fallen behind to become the lowest paid for their work in the region. They're barely making ends meet. Some even qualify for public assistance. But the International and Local 2054 launched a withering assault on Keolis, a multi-billion-dollar French conglomerate hired to operate the MBTA's train service in Massachusetts.
Here's a message for our state legislators, because we vote. Stand with the union workers of Boston, not these French carpetbaggers.
Stand with blue-collar Boston workers, not these French profiteers.
What are you thinking? How are these people going to survive?
Straighten up or go back home to France.
The campaign included old-school tactics, like leafleting commuters, airing commercials, and packing agency board meetings with union members.
Local 2054 Transport Workers Union just took 100% vote to strike against Keolis.
The fight back also included modern techniques, like geofencing, which transmits targeted ads to specific locations, like Keolis executives at their headquarters in France. The result, a 5-year contract. Rookie cleaners, the lowest paid work group, got an immediate 30% increase. By the end of the contract, they'll be earning $33 an hour, a 65% increase. That's an additional $500 every week.
We brought a fight to this foreign employer that came from France, decided they were going to stick it to our people, and in fact stick it to everybody on the commuter rails in Boston, Keolis, and we beat them.
We kicked their ass. They got to the bargaining table, and we got it done. And they met with our union more than any other union, because we were the loudest, we were the smartest, we were the toughest, and we fought back and we won.
The contract was life-changing for me. When I saw the numbers for our raise in the new contract, immediately I knew that I was going to have a much better time. As an expecting mother, it really meant a lot to know that I could just kind of get a little bit of the weight taken off my shoulders, and I come to work and I know that I'm just going to be able to provide for my child and not have to worry so much.
This battle in Boston highlights the International's eagerness to team up with our locals in all divisions, to take on the bosses, bureaucrats, corporate vultures, and anyone who stands in our way. The TWU is truly America's fight back union, and the employers know it.
They feel they're in for a fight. When the TWU is coming in, they know that it's not going to be a status quo or a everyday buddy-buddy business. They know that we're going to stand to protect the contracts and police the contracts and do whatever is necessary to accomplish it.
That's what I love about the TWU, is that fist they put up, and the way they say they're going to fight, they really mean it, and they know how to fight.
There's not a battle they're gonna turn and walk away from. With their locals, whether it's assault on people that are airline folks or our transit workers getting assaulted every day, they're going nose first into those battles, and they do a very good job.
We've collectively developed a very unique capacity. We run strategic campaigns. I don't understand the way that other unions think. We're in this business to advance the economic security of our own members, to protect our members. We're not in this business to get along with the bosses. We're not in this business to collect dues. We're in this business to advance the membership. They have put their faith in us, and we respond with fighting every day for them. And the evidence of that is abundant. We keep fighting and we keep winning.
I'm proud of all the fights. No matter whether it was rail, air, or transit, we've had significant victories in all 3 divisions. Across the board. Everybody who benefits from those contracts is a TWU member. That translates into their family doing better, and that's really what the TWU is about.
When the first session with Allegiant came in, we were able to drop down a full text proposal. They were very unprepared, weren't ready for us. The contract came out 100% better than the first contract.
What I'm saying is, you got to draw a line. And if you feel like they pushing you back and you need a little bit of pushback yourself, then that's where we come in at. If you need us to come and talk to your board or whatever it is, again, the bottom line is, if you guys need assistance, we're here.
For years, the TWU has been battling against the scourge of outsourcing aircraft maintenance work and has made significant progress since the last convention. The Federal Aviation Reauthorization Act of 2024 includes language directing the FAA to establish minimum standards for overseas mechanics, initiate worker background checks, and conduct periodic safety inspections of facilities. Perhaps most importantly, the FAA developed a final rule requiring drug and alcohol testing of foreign aircraft mechanics. The overall goal? Leveling the playing field and making it more costly for airlines to have overseas maintenance facilities fix their planes, and inducing companies to bring that work back home where it belongs.
So our political action and presence in game today, I think it's probably at the best that I've ever seen it. We have very active legislative department. We have a very active state conference department, a very active COPE department, and the leadership led by John is all politically active. So this is the best I've seen it.
At American Airlines, the TWU secured a 2-year contract extension, with wages rising between 18 and 26%. The contract didn't have a single give back. The TWU also maintained strong scope of work language.
And I think the TWU has shown American Airlines, hey, not afraid to fight. So we went into this last round of negotiations for a little 2-year extension and brought it back to the membership. Some really good pay increases.
It's been very positive. I think what our members realize, for one, we are now at the top of the industry. Actually, on the line maintenance, we're top of the industry plus $1.
All members respect the work that you all do. You all fight for our members day and night.
After securing good contracts, the TWU doesn't sit back on its laurels. We fight for members' contractual rights and to secure favorable interpretations of contract language. We fight to protect existing work, and we claw back our work from outside vendors.
We've increased the amount of field trips by 100%. So this is our folks going out. Instead of a vendor doing the work, the vendors are non-licensed most times, don't know what they're doing. We got our folks, professionals out there. And we've also been able to recoup over $100,000 worth of bypasses just in the first year. So, big victory.
Great work by the local.
We kept the jobs in-house. We have 10,000 more maintenance jobs in Southwest Airlines. That adds up to almost a $2 billion a year cost disadvantage that we stuck American with. So by simple math, the mechanics at Southwest Airlines should be making several $100s more an hour than American mechanic just to make things even, and they don't. So our members understand exactly what we did. Top of the industry wages, most jobs in the industry, and trying to keep the most work in-house.
One thing's for sure, the vote count from the membership very much so shows that it was over a 94% vote that voted yes on this contract, and every feedback that I've got has been very happy.
That fighting spirit isn't limited to American Airlines.
I fight for the workers on a daily basis, between holding J-line meetings where we talk about things, what's going on in the system. I'm very adamant about what goes on and making sure that management adheres to that and adheres to the CBA. It's very important to me.
Members' families are important to the TWU family as well. Local 556 and 577 secured an industry first, paid maternity and family leave following the birth of a child for both mothers and fathers.
It was a big fight, and I feel like had our negotiating team hadn't fought so hard, we wouldn't have got a lot of the gains that we did get. I think they definitely underestimated our fighting power going into this contract. And now they see it, and I feel like we are a strong force, and that they realize that we are going to fight for what we want and for what our membership not only wants but needs.
In September 2023, when JetBlue was seeking to merge with Spirit Airlines, TWU International used its leverage to secure a letter of agreement granting flight attendants in Local 579 an additional mid-contract raise.
That LOA was worth $110.5 million, and it also included protections of our jobs, no base closures, no base displacements, and no furloughs for 7 years. So for us as a brand new local to get that monumental of a letter of agreement of enhancements, not only to our pay, but job protections and a few work rule changes really showed the strength of what happens when the local and international align, and jointly we turn to the company and we tell the company we deserve better, we deserve to be protected while you make this business transaction.
Well, we've all seen the videos of passengers acting badly, and now airline workers are pushing back against the rise in assaults.
Union workers were out in Newark today pushing for lawmakers to take action.
Tuesday at Newark Liberty International, flight attendants and union reps held a day of action, calling for stronger federal policies to protect airline workers from violent customer behavior.
Our flight attendants also rallied and lobbied elected officials to bring awareness to assaults on the job, to demand additional protections, and to demand fair contracts.
Here we go again. New York's so-called Democratic governor, hypocritical Kathy Hochul, has launched yet another attack on Metro-North Railroad workers.
In New York, the International joined forces with Local 2001 and 2055 and went to war against MTA Chairman Janno Lieber and New York Governor Kathy Hochul. The state-controlled MTA was demanding that TWU members at Metro-North accept outrageously harmful givebacks and subpar wage increases in 2 retroactive contracts. The TWU unleashed a multifaceted campaign featuring blistering video ads, op-eds in New York newspapers, good old-fashioned heckling, and flyers distributed to commuters warning of a potential strike. The TWU prevailed, securing contracts that beat other regional rail operators.
Without the help of the International, we wouldn't have been able to accomplish the things that we're accomplishing now. With the boots on the ground, it's just phenomenal. TWU is at the forefront. Metro-North cringes when they hear TWU because they know it's coming. TWU is the leader and everyone else just follows. Or they're sheep and they just take what's ever offered to them. They don't fight.
When the employer digs in and the employer says that you're gonna get a 0 and you're gonna like it, it's time to go on strike. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna take strike action.
The TWU successfully rattled its sabers in Philadelphia last year with the strike authorization vote that officials had every reason to take seriously. Local 234 had gone on strike 10 times in the last 50 years.
We're ready to lock and load. Make no mistake, I do have the right to call a strike. It's not my intentions. My intentions is to round the clock, negotiate until we find a good deal. But as far as the deal that's being, given us now, they want to give us a 1-year deal with a 0, and that's a no.
Here's the thing, they can take their 0 and shove it up their ass.
SEPTA blinked. They agreed to a 1-year extension with a 5% raise and agreed to install compartments that completely encapsulate bus operators and are made of bulletproof glass. Philly transit workers weren't the only members of Local 234 who took aggressive action to secure a fair contract.
Municipal workers in Upper Darby could soon walk off the job. Today, members of Transport Workers Union Local 234 voted to authorize a strike. Their contract expires on December 31st.
Are we fired up? Fired up! Are we fired up? All right.
Local 234 and the International are also leading the fight for more transit funding from the Pennsylvania State Legislature.
This is how our economy moves. This is how people get to job interviews. This is how folks get to work. We must fund transit in this budget because who moves Pennsylvania?
They're trying to pursue an ideology here off the backs of blue-collar workers.
Local 101 in Brooklyn, New York, along with other TWU locals, held a big, boisterous rally in 2022 to defend natural gas jobs from being eliminated by overreaching state legislation.
And we're not going to take it. We're not just going to stand around and listen to empty promises.
The campaign, which has gone on for several years, just had a big win. Governor Hochul reversed course by stating that natural gas must be a part of the energy infrastructure for the foreseeable future.
We are a strong gas union.
Local 101 and the workers' employer, National Grid, have been on the same side in this fight. The company took notice of the TWU's ability to mobilize.
The company saw a difference in union after we fought together. Because after that, we had a contract. It showed that they really appreciate and respect unions after that.
Also in New York, Local 100 has been very vocal, demanding stiffer punishment for unhinged riders and criminals who assault bus and subway workers.
Anthony is not the first one to get assaulted, but we want to make sure that he's the last.
It happened while Nelson was working his job as a station cleaner at the Pelham Bay Park subway station last Thursday at 9:30 in the morning. He says he went outside after hearing that two women were being harassed and was immediately attacked.
Earlier this year, Local 100 President John Chiarello and International President Samuelson jointly launched a campaign in defense of injured workers whose payments have been delayed by the MTA and one of its nefarious vendors.
This is a business decision on the part of the MTA. It's a business scheme. They figure that if they shaft transit workers out of paychecks, that transit workers, even if they have a hernia or a spinal injury, they will come back to work. That's the scheme. That's what's going on here. It's appalling. It's evil. It's Jan Oliva.
And the TWU is already rallying the troops for a contract fight with the MTA.
This is just a small army. We got 44,000 more. That's right. TWU, America's Fight Back Union.
The International joined Local 264 in fighting back against a Barnard College Security Department supervisor who gave inappropriate and potentially explosive directives to security officers and abused her authority on other occasions. Because of our action, the college terminated the supervisor.
To have the international support here, it means a lot to the local, it means a lot to the membership. It shows that we have support outside of just the local. It means everything.
Across all our divisions, one thing is clear: we fight.